now. All right, so happy Thursday, everybody. So this is our July 9th, 2020 book squad project. And we are going to be mostly interacting in the chat today because I'm recording this and not everybody wants to be recorded. So I'm gonna respect that. So the questions are, how was your week? How are you feeling? And what was it like to work with a partner? So I'm going to give you a few seconds to go ahead and put that in the chat. How was your week? How you feeling? How was it to work with a partner? Awesome. Very, okay, cool. The week went well. It gave me time to carefully consider the flow of my chapter. Beautiful. Okay, good. I was hoping that would be good because we had a little bit more time this time. Instead of just meeting back to back to back to back to back, it gave us like a breather because I feel like we were meeting a lot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And whoever misses, I'll just send them the replay. So last time we talked about the fact that this is like halfway. We're like halfway done. So if we were to look at it as a metaphor, if we were traveling 100 miles, we've already done 50 miles, which is beautiful. But then we have to realize that we still got 50 miles left to go. So we got to hang in there, stay hydrated, stay energized, because we can do it. All right, so chat room discussion. Last time we talked about the 5 W's and everybody answered one of them. So I just held up flashcards last time and it was pretty cool, but we ran out of time. So I do want to hear from everybody. So if you could put in the chat, who are you? What are some of your goals? Where do you want to go from here? What's your timeline, and what is it that you want to do? How does this fit into what your goals are as a human? So those are some of the things to think about for the chat. All right, we got somebody coming in. Boom. All right. Hey, Dolores.
Hi, Dolores.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Happy Thursday. We just got started.
Oh boy, what happened? My screen just, oh, never mind. I'm back again.
So Dolores, can you see the chat box?
Chat room discussion, who, what, where, when, and why, and what?
Yes. So tonight, what I'm gonna have everybody do is turn off their mic. And I'm gonna go through the slides and you guys are gonna communicate with each other through the chat.
So you're turning off what?
So right now, your video is off, so I can't see you, but your sound is on, so I can hear you. Are you able to type into the chat? Ah, perfect. Good, good, good. Okay, all right. So Dolores, I'm gonna have you turn your mic off and I'm gonna record the slideshow. For anybody who's not here, I can send them the slideshow.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and turn off your mic. I'm gonna continue. All right, so April, we started our love affair together. We started our journey and we said, let's write a book together, right? That's how we started. This is like a little history lesson. Let's write a book. Then we had some ideas. We had some little ideas, baby ideas kicking around in there, right? So we just kind of started out with a little seed, then it started growing. Then we started writing our ideas on paper. We drafted some ideas. It kind of looked like a hot mess, but that's okay because that's how things work. Look at my hair. It's like a hot mess. This is how life is. Okay, then we got some reviews. Look at the readers. We got some really, really good reader reviews. So that was great. All right, we've done a lot of revisions. That's kind of where we are right now. We're just really going through, we're plugging, we're reworking, and this is really, 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 really intensive work here. So good job going, because this is hard stuff. So now our baby is getting bigger. Our baby is growing. Like there's so many things happening, like all at the same time. The little eyebrows are growing, you know, the little fingers are growing. Everything is just moving and shaking in there, right? This is what's happening in our brain. We just got ideas. So we're drafting it. This is actually, we're going through our second draft right now. We're getting it organized. So we're moving. Okay, we've done a little bit of formatting so we can see kind of how it's going to look as an ebook, because we're going to do our ebook first. That's going to be the short form of our book. We've kicked around some ideas about how to create our cover. So we haven't solidified it, but it's there. We have some ideas. Okay, and here we are at the end of June, okay? At the end of the first and second trimester, we're going into the third trimester now. So we kind of, you know, we got a lot going on. All right, so we've done a little bit of searching. We still have to do more searching with our title to make sure that our title has not been taken. We have to refine our subtitle. We got to go through that thought process because the title that we start with may not be the title that we end with. So just kind of keep that in your mind. We are heading into our third draft. Okay, we are going to have many drafts of this. It's going to look different. I have this document saved in multiple places. So the document that we're working on today, the May 19th one, is not what the final one's going to look like because I have other drafts saved. Okay, so as we go through and we continue to edit, we're going to have more and more and more and more drafts. All right, so then after we get through drafting, it's going to be time for promotions. And so that is the reason why I created the Facebook group, so that we can all start talking about how we're going to promote. We do have a line editor now. So when we're done drafting, our whole draft is going to go to our line editor, who's going to go through it line by line by line by line by line, and give us some feedback on some things that we could fine tune and polish and tighten up before we allow this to be in the public domain. Okay. All right. So we are also in the process of doing some networking, and that's going to help us with our promotion. Okay. So here's our bus. Remember, we've traveled 50 miles. We got 50 miles more to go. So we got to make sure we conserve our energy, and we got to make sure that we keep our positive energy up so that we can drive each other, because this is a creative process and we're co-creators, and the energy on the bus is extremely important. extremely. I don't know if you guys have been on field trips before, but if there's somebody on the bus that's having a bad day, the whole bus can feel it, especially if it's the teacher. So we're all teachers. So we have to constantly be aware of our energy, constantly be aware of our tone, be aware of our emotional state. And we have to make sure that we are all pushing each other, striving to do better, and encouraging each other. That's very important. So it's July now, and we're in the middle of a global crisis. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We got families, we got people that are sick in our communities. We have a lot going on. So this is actually the part of the book where we're starting to have some labor pains because we're at the end of our journey. We're at the third trimester, and so this is where it gets really, really tough. So this is where we got to make sure we stay hydrated, make sure we have enough support, make sure we're getting enough exercise, enough sleep, so that we don't completely shut down in the process, because not everybody is doing this. This is a monumental task. And I'm wearing my shirt from 2018 to remind me of the half marathon that I did at the end of that year. It was hard. Not everybody can do the kind of stuff that we're doing. So let's just keep pushing. All right, so we've got some reader reviews and we're gonna keep plugging away. I would like for us to have at least 20 to 30 reviews. That way we know what the readers are thinking. So we've got some peer reviews. We need to get some reviews from a wider audience. So if you can keep getting reviews, that would be great. And just throw the reviews into the document, because my email looks like a disaster right now, like my hair does, because I've been busy working. But if you guys could manage your reviews and put them in the May 19th document that we were working on today, that would be beautiful. I would really appreciate that. That way we have a running total of all the reviews and we can kind of see, oh, okay, did we address that? Okay. All right, so we're gonna be doing our final revisions through the month of July, because our drop dead deadline was August 1st. That's what we said. We can always adjust that, but we don't have to. It depends on how we feel. So let's get ready for the final revisions, okay? We wanna sell something that's sexy, but it's for kids, so it ain't gonna be sexy, but it's going to be something that we're proud of. So we are gonna have another draft. This is gonna go through multiple drafts, okay? When we do our marketing, we are going to look good in our marketing. How hard is it to market Halle Berry? All you got to do is say that name and people are going to buy it. So we got to make sure that our writing is up to par. We got to make sure our formatting is up to par. Everything's got to be up to par so that when we market it, sales ain't going to be a problem. And I think some of you guys already have people that are asking you, when is it out? When can I buy it? Because they already know how juicy it is. All right, so here's our bus. We've got 50 miles to go. We've already done 50 miles. Let's just remember that, okay? We got to do our promotions. If you live on Facebook, then start talking it up on Facebook. If you live on LinkedIn, start talking it up on LinkedIn. Wherever you live, wherever you are, if you don't live on social media, start going, I don't know if the libraries are open, but start talking it up to people who actually read, and wherever the audience members are, that's where we got to go. Okay, so Twitter, this is Twitter. I never go on Twitter. I don't really like Twitter, to be honest with you, but I have friends that are on Twitter, and I have one particular friend that likes to really just blow me up on Twitter. So of course I'm talking to her and I'm sharing with her what I'm doing. I'm giving her little breadcrumbs so she can keep my name out there and help me promote. Because it's not just about me, it's about we, and it's about our friends and our family members. And the sales are gonna come because they already have the breadcrumbs. They've been hearing about this already, so they're ready. Okay, so this is our beautiful, polished, final, finished manuscript. It's going to be beautiful, but we still have a couple of more drafts to go. We probably have 2 more drafts to go. All right, so here's my question for the chat. Are you still on the bus? Because it's okay if you need to get off the bus and take a break, take a bathroom break. If you say, oh my God, this is too much, I didn't sign up for this, let me know. This is a summer project, it's a fun project. If it becomes stressful and overwhelming, don't do it. If there's anything that I'm involved in and it's stressful and overwhelming, I stop doing it because it's just not worth the sanity. It's just not worth losing sleep if it becomes stressful. So I just want to give you that. Are you still on the bus? If you're still on the bus, say yes. It's okay to get off the bus because I do projects all the time, so don't worry. You won't hurt my feelings. Okay, so we're gonna polish. We're gonna polish. We're gonna keep polishing. We're gonna keep polishing. We're gonna just keep going over the same thing over and over and over again. The part that you've already written, you've already looked at it multiple times. That's why I designate 1 day a week. But feel free, you can go over it 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. You don't have to just wait for Thursday to come to go over your section. Okay, so August 1st is coming, and like I said, we're gonna have some labor pains and it's gonna get really rough at the end because life is going to happen. Anytime you're working on something big and something huge and something amazing, when it gets down to the last contraction, I don't know about you, but I had 3 babies. Actually gave birth to 4. One of them was stillborn. But every single time I gave birth, I needed my support. I needed my husband there. I needed my kids there. For the first one, I had my mama on one side and I had my mother-in-law on the other side. And they were holding my arms. They were pushing with me. I wish they could have pushed for me, but they weren't. They were breathing with me. Like this whole thing with this book is not just a book, it's an emotional process because it is an art form, but there's also a science to it. There's a method to the madness, but it will all get done. So if you're feeling like this, just wait until August 1st comes because then it's really about to get real. All right, so who is our target audience? So we said, and this could change, it's up to us. We said that our target audience was teenagers. We said high school, so that's like age 14 to 18. Feel free, if you think that we should change the target audience, feel free to speak up and let me know at all times, because right now we're heading into a deadline of August 1st. And we're on draft 2. We still got 2 more drafts to go. We got 50 miles to go. All right, August 1st, we're gonna have our launch party and it's gonna be out in the world and everybody's gonna see it and it's gonna be a huge celebration. It's gonna be amazing. But remember, it's going to take, and I'm gonna go back so you can see exactly what it's gonna take to get to that launch party. And I see some comments in the chat. I'm gonna go back real quick. I'm gonna take a step back so we can take a step forward. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn off this video so we can talk. Okay, so again, how was your week? How are you feeling? What was your experience like working with your partner? I'm gonna ask you guys that. Remember, we're plugging away, we're on the bus. We gotta make sure the energy and the vibe is good on the bus, okay? Because otherwise we're gonna come to a screeching halt. Who are you? What do you wanna do? Where do you wanna go? When do you wanna do this? And what is it that you're trying to accomplish? I left out the why, which is ironic because that's the most important question that we talked about last time. We got to talk about why first. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why? Your why should make you want to cry. Behind me, I have my vision board. Okay, my vision board reminds me of my why every day. Why do I write books? This is my retirement plan. This is how I plan to retire myself from the classroom, and so that I can teach anywhere, anytime, with whoever I want around the world. So that's my why. So I'm up, even though my hair looks like a mess. I'm up early, I'm up late. Sometimes I'm up all night long, because for me, this is ride or die. This is ride or die. Like, I don't have any other plan. So for me, I'm full speed ahead. I'm charging ahead. However, I do need to step back and listen and think about the goals of everybody else, because this is a collaboration. So that's just a quick reminder of where we've been, what we've done. We started in April with this Let's Write a Book. And as you can see, not everyone is on this call tonight, because not everyone has the energy or the tenacity or the determination or the why to actually fully complete the project. And that's just life. People get pregnant all the time and they walk out. So, well, the woman can't because it's her baby. Well, she could just have an abortion. Life is all about choices. So this is what we've been through together. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the recording, and we're just gonna have a conversation. If you wanna take a picture, we can take a picture at the end. Okay, but that's where we are. That's where we've been. That's where we are. Now, what's going next? I'm gonna be quiet now, and I'm just gonna ask you guys, where are we now?